Hello there. My name is Sloan, aka Art Plebe, and you're watching Strange Hungers on Total Party Kiss. Strange Hungers is a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition horror campaign. It details the secret history of the infamous Fulcrum Expedition, and is played in the homebrew world of Senelji. Join us as our characters venture deep into an icy wasteland and discover the secrets of the chaos at the borders of their world. Please be aware, this campaign includes themes of body horror, trans and queer experience, religion, violence, and loss of agency. As such, viewer discretion is advised. Now let's meet our players. Kiara is an Aasimar Warlock Cleric multiclass and is played by Pooja. Pooja is an attorney and TTRPG player, writer, and streamer. You can find her on Twitter at Pooja and on Twitch and Instagram at Poojabberwocky. Barden is a half-orc barbarian and is played by Shan Benian. Shan is a freelance illustrator and comic artist whose work has been featured in the Adventure Zone Crystal Kingdom graphic novel and the Alleyman's Tarot. You can find them on Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram at AnonBDraws. Owesh is a snow elf wizard and is played by Sarah Chafee. Sarah is a TTRPG content creator and performer. You can find them on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at SarahIsCoffee, also everywhere else on the internet. Tazriel is a tiefling orc rogue and is played by VJ Harris. VJ is a platinum best-selling DMs Guild author, as well as DM, TikToker, and writer. You can find him on Twitter and TikTok at VJH Creations. Matthias is a human paladin and is played by Sloan Smith. Sloan is a stream producer, graphic designer, and TTRPG performer. You can find them on Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok at ArtPlebe. And finally, Strange Hungers is written and DM'd by Alex Teplitz. Alex is a writer, game master, and TTRPG designer. You can find him on Twitter at Alder_Mancy and on TikTok at Aldermancy, as well as creating games on Ko-fi and itch.io at SwordGhost. Once again, our content warning. This stream will feature content including body horror, trans and queer experience, violence, religion, and loss of agency. Safety tools are in place for our players, and we can stop the stream at any time in the interest of their safety. Thank you so much for tuning in. And now, on with the show.
Hello and welcome back to Strange Hunters. Last we left off.
Last we left
Son
off.
of a fucking bitch. Why does this a serious? Oh God.
Someone was a serious bitch underneath the ship's deck. I won't name any names.
Okay, I fixed it. Good. That was great. Okay, good.
Damn.
Alex, make sure you're keeping close to your microphone because you're a little quiet.
Yes. Hello, besties. Last we left off, our party made their way out onto the Bekthal Ocean on the Guild Star. Woo! We did it! They also leveled up. That might have been 2 sessions ago. It was revealed at the end of last episode that one of the party members who had been traveling with the Fulcrum Expedition was not who they said they were. But instead, novel. A conversation between Barden and Oish ended in some kind of resolution, and training began between both Neve and Tazriel and Kiara and Matthias. With the first few days of the journey underway, you return to a dark and quiet evening in the captain's quarters of the Guild Star, and those who sleep near those quarters. Tazriel, where are you sleeping this evening?
Oh my god. Alex, how dare you? I'm since Barden's not there, I think I'm Big Spoon to Kiara right now in our big pile heap.
Big Spoon. Excellent. Taz, you did some training today, nothing that would push your body past its limits. Does Neve remind you of anyone?
Oh my god, you Yes.
Who?
Yes, Neve does. There's a couple people from the academy, but more specifically, a younger Vel. A younger Velhiri, Alex.
Yes. When you fall into sleep tonight, Tazriel, the gentle rocking of the waves are mostly unfamiliar to you, besides maybe brief stints on river ships. So the steadiness, the warmth that you feel when your eyes open to a garden is a very distinct, wonderful, nostalgic reminder. You see in front of you, silhouetted, the manse of the Ignis Royal Academy. Its spiraling towers, its shifting tiers that rotate, moving classrooms around. The center rose garden of the Royal Academy is one of the only places where you will not hear shouts of violence, spells, professors lecturing, military studies. But instead it is a quiet refuge where students escape the intense pressures of the foremost academic environment in Abjor. And they're there.
I think Tazriel's probably running up to them with like a small thing of food in their hand. They usually, when they meet up here, it's like for a little snack or something.
Mm-hmm. They turn around and you can see that they have in their hands 2 cinnamon buns, a little bit of red pepper flakes on top, and this sort of warm drizzle that might be lavender syrup. bit of a strange combination, but Valhiri's always liked things that were both spicy and sweet at the same time. Bit of a quirk.
Like I know for a fact that they've given this treat to him before, but every time he sees it, he'll say, making me try something strange again then, huh?
Yeah, I added something a bit interesting to it this time. I wanted to see if you would pick it up.
What does that mean, Val? Interesting. The last time you put some weird wildflower on it that made me break out in hives.
I don't know. I thought you looked kind of good, all pokey and pimply. It was texture, you know?
I look good all the time, but that's not the point.
Maybe. Here, hands it to you.
I sniff it. Does it smell any different? Can I smell anything odd about it?
If you want to give me a perception check while you are dreaming, you can do so.
Fuck yeah. Because I'm just like, I think, yeah, Tad's just in the habit of smelling anything that Valhiri gives him. Not because like he thinks, because he's like, they like to add shit. I'm gonna. Okay, that's not the worst. Perception is plus 13.
13. There's definitely an unusual scent. It looks like the drizzle is covering some kind of powder that's been sprinkled between the rolls of the cinnamon bun.
I glare at them playfully, but and then I take a bite.
It is sweet, and then that peppery spice, the lavender syrup, and then there's something a bit salty right towards the end. And they say, I just wanted to see if you'd been paying attention in Madame Laflamme's class. You know, common poisons.
You spit it out.
I'm just kidding, it's sea salt.
I'm gonna stop taking food from you, and you're gonna regret that we don't get to share this anymore.
That would be such a shame, because I wanted to ask if you would come to dinner with me tonight.
Are you cooking?
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah, I guess I'm available for dinner tonight.
Good. Lady Jacob? Oh. Lady Jacob said there might be some kind of new assignment. And you know Tazriel from their age and the general atmosphere, the youth, that this is just the start of some of the more individual training that the two of you went through. She said we might be traveling, and so I thought it would be nice to do a going away meal.
Yeah. And he's like very clearly hearing the traveling part, and that like not he's not going on this. It's just felt is trying to hide like the I'll miss you in his voice kind of thing. It's just like yeah, a going away party would be nice. Dinner, just the two of us.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be sent over to Wingfort, I think, on the Bajaran border. Apparently there's some kind of escalating conflict, and I'm supposed to learn something from that.
We don't. I mean, it goes without saying, be safe, be fast.
I'm very fast,
I know.
but the point is not to be safe.
Don't die. Yeah.
You gonna come rescue me, Horns?
I mean, I don't know if I'll do if you're dead. I maybe avenge you. I don't know, go AWOL.
Holy night. You know, I heard a story once about a famous knight of the Empire. Turned the fields of the Deltine Valley red after losing someone they loved.
Well, you will, and he'll say, you just have to live forever then, not realizing that he's just admitted, like, oh yeah, I love you. You'll have to live forever. That's fine.
Well, maybe I should marry into the royal family then. I've heard that's something they can do. I'm kidding, Horns.
I look at these like this, it's just like, and they say that, and I was like, if that's what you want.
I'm not the ceremonial type. There are other kinds of commitment.
And I think at that point, like, he starts to feel like heat rising up in his cheeks and says, I had just this little, and like pulls out the food that he had.
Yeah.
There, I think, Alex, tell me if I'm wrong. I'm traveling like merchants and cooks and whatnot, doing like things from different places. And I kind of imagine there's like a fantasy New Orleans-esque food and stuff out there somewhere. And one of these cooks here.
Yep.
Yeah. And says, it's a beignet. It's yeah, there was someone, I was told there was a traveling cook, and I thought we could try this. No weird ingredients in it.
That's unfortunate.
I would like it either way.
They reach forward and they just sort of twist and break off a piece, and all right, that's acceptable.
Oh, just acceptable. Okay.
It's delicious. I do have to get to class.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
I think Tat just does like a quick peck on the lips and then runs off.
I'll get you for that, Horns.
You always do.
And your dream fades. Kiara, you are cuddled up next to Tazriel, who I would say is particularly warm and cuddly tonight.
Ooh, yay.
Your dream, this time you're starting to pick up on, I would say, a pattern, sleep that feels a little bit different, a little bit smokier around the edges when you first fall into it. Your eyes open to a gigantic red mountain of some kind that you are sitting on. Long, soft grass.
Red grass?
Red grass.
Wow. I immediately look around because I have a feeling I'm not alone.
Could you also give me a perception check?
I can. Roll. Oh boy. That is bad. 7.
You sit for a while, looking out as the wind blows over and ruffles and tussles the grass. So you're caught a little bit off guard when the mountain shifts underneath you, begins to lift, and you find your balance shaken off kilter as whatever you are sitting on begins to move and stand. and you realize that you are seated on the head of a massive, massive creature, Kiara.
Oh my god.
As you look down,
Digs into the grass with fingers.
you can see a muzzle, teeth the size of towers, and stretching out before the massive tiger are the familiar rivers and valleys and forests and mountains of your homeland, Abjur, but in miniature in a way you've never seen before,
Yeah.
from far, far above.
Kiara just stares for a moment because they've never been this high in the air. It's basically like looking, I think the closest they've come to is a 3D, like a 2D map. And
Yeah.
This is like 3-dimensional. But I think once she's stared at it for a little bit, she's going to try to slide forward on her booty butt,
Yeah.
and like wants to kind of come to here.
Got it. You can slide down fairly easily. There's a sort of puff of warm wind that blows over you as the creature tilts its head up so you don't slide down off of its nose. And then you find yourself right on the bridge of this tiger's face. And you can see the eyes, huge dark pools, sort of turn and almost focus on you cross-eyed. Another puff of air. The noise that comes from this creature is hard to interpret because it is so low and loud and slow. But you make out a very fond flame sire.
Hi, this is new.
I'm feeling large.
Is this how big you normally are?
Not even close.
Until now, you've usually been so much smaller and, cuddlier. This is cuddly too.
That's how much of that's how much of me you can usually see. You've been growing too. I think that's why I feel like this.
I have. It's been a strange few weeks. Sometimes I feel like it's been months. I'm a whole different person.
I asked you a while ago what you want. I want to know. And the tiger shifts, and then you feel wind blowing over you, your hair blowing back as its massive limbs start to stride forward across the landscape of Abjur. And you can see almost in dizzying motion the ground and earth tilt up towards you as the creature kneels down towards a massive lake at the center of this country. Mm-hmm. You can see that reflection of this tiger and yourself, a tiny speck on it, as it kneels lower and lower and lower. And then a gigantic tongue laps at the water, spraying droplets over you. Is this something that you want?
To look at everything from up here.
Yes.
It's unlike anything I've ever seen.
Things that are familiar can change with a new perspective.
I love that. I love new perspectives.
The creature slowly shrinks down, and you can see the water approaching closer until you are mounted on the back of a tiger that's maybe 2 or 3 times the size of a horse. A little more approachable, but still a gigantic creature.
This is wonderful.
Kiara, you made a promise a while ago. Between you and the Bane blessed.
I know.
It was a very important promise, and it is the reason I am here. I have a promise for you.
Yeah?
The tiger that you are seated on sort of slumps down a little bit and then tucks its tail around you, its head over your shoulder. So in the same way that you are cradled by Tazril now, you are wrapped in a warm and fuzzy embrace, the paws coming around your body, cradling you close, pressed into the flesh of this creature. I am never going to leave you.
Good. I love having you here.
Pressing closer, you feel that warm embrace, the fur heating around you. Almost a pressure that doesn't feel unnatural, but is still growing and growing until you feel yourself pressed in to the flesh of this creature, embraced inside, the fur merging with your skin, the patterns warm like the waves passing through the red grass. A strength inside you, the certainty of that promise. And as dark closes over you, as the paws come up to cover your vision, you also wake up.
I think Kiara opens their eyes to kind of take in where they are, and just kind of snuggles in closer to Taz, just wanting to continue to be in that safe embrace.
I think Taz, like, still kind of sleeping, just nuzzles you a little bit as you cuddle back into him, and it's like, he's not waking up right now.
You may also, I think Kiara's like little sighs, maybe a little purrish. Like belly vibrations. Like a happy kitty.
I love.
You're just lucky she's not standing on your head, but.
Gwaish, are you sleeping tonight, trancing?
I don't know, man. Let's roll a die about it. I never know with this bitch. Let's see. They had a wild conversation with Barden. Okay. Yeah. They're sleeping tonight. I think that unconsciously, without realizing it, they've been searching out more private places on the boat, seeing if they remember how they are, and they've taken up residence in one of them tonight.
Will you give me an investigation check with advantage?
Sure. Okay. Wow, I just rolled the same number that I rolled before. Oh, and 2 higher. Okay. Investigation is +5 plus 16 is a 21.
Excellent. There are a few common hiding holes that you remember on the Guild Star. This main deck has a few of them. There is a hidden pantry within the kitchen dining room area where some unusual spices are sometimes stored, spices that might be more valuable. There are a few areas sort of within the captain's cabin or connected to the captain's cabin so that Drock can actually get between all of the decks whenever they want to without people like seeing them on the main deck or in the main area. But the one that you sort of stumble into that you think maybe Asar showed you at one point, but has been a long, long time, is that there's actually a thin sort of layer between the main deck and the storage area for the sails, where sails and things can also be tucked up into. And if you slide back a few panels, there is just enough space to lie in there with all the like bundles and ropes, etc. that are stored away in there. Maybe just like 5 inches above your head, but with a light down there and with the boards closed, no one can tell that you are underneath their feet.
Oh, I'm sleeping on ropes. Nice.
Yes. Dreaming is a bit unusual for you. And what comes to you this evening is not clear and crisp, not a message or a memory, but rather something simple. An orchard. Trees glowing in the light of a sunrise.
Take a moment to get my bearings. Recognize my home and just start to walk through the orchard, taking in the view.
Mm-hmm. What kind of fruits does your family grow? Are these eating flowers?
They're not. Technically, I suppose you could eat them. They taste good. They taste fantastic, but these aren't necessarily fruits that you grow to eat. Bursting from the branches of these trees are these pearlescent and opalescent fruits that seem to catch and reflect the light. They are obviously there's no way that you could see these as anything but magical in some ways. These are fruits that are used in casting and components and are very, very valuable when they are harvested well. And they are beautiful.
As you pass through the orchard, hazy, indistinct figures. An older figure bent over, placing fruits into baskets. Workers as well, not family members. Carefully performing actions that you saw year after year. The figures are almost like shadows.
Is the older figure my grandmother, Myomaron?
Yeah.
Oish walks over to them, even though they are just a shadow, and places a hand on their back and says, I can do that, you don't have to.
You feel it, the shadow sort of solidify under your grip. I've got it, don't worry about it.
The view's much nicer from inside.
They pick up a fruit, turn it over in the sunlight. It's early. You have to get up early for the best light to pick by. These are the view that I want to see today.
Oish bites back a very familiar argument and instead opts to stand beside and begin work as well. Something that is, I think tonight in their dream, they feel old movement ability, and they have not done this in many, many years, but in a dream, it's much easier.
Bending down, reaching up, even climbing requires a certain level of care and dexterity not to knock any fruits to the ground, bruise them, ruin their potential. But still, a strength, a balance, a skill. As you are handing down fruits. They say Sigvaldi has been saying you are feeling curious.
Curious?
Asking many questions.
I always ask questions.
You want to become involved in some of the trading?
I don't. It seems interesting, and I think that I am well suited for it.
Your advice has always been appreciated. If we would trust your touch on these matters.
I know that the seasons have been hard, and I want.
They will be easier soon. That is how it is.
Right. Things are difficult, but they always come around to better.
When you reach down with the next fruit, they take it and then slip their thumb up to hold your hand for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
We are very lucky.
Oish reaches out that hand and sees in the dream that they are not wearing as much jewelry, which denotes that they are markedly younger. And they hear the word lucky, and there's a little bit of a wince in their hand, but they squeeze it anyway. I hope.
The dream fades away for you as well. Matthias, where do you sleep this evening?
Matthias and Vice have a room that they are sleeping in together.
Yeah. You guys don't cuddle, I assume.
No. Well, no.
Vice seems like she is not sleeping super well, so it takes you a bit longer. Just tossing and turning a little bit, maybe not used to the ocean.
Yeah.
At one point, she just, it's dark, the oil lamp has been turned down, and she kind of turns over to you in the dark and says, Valerian, are you still awake?
Yes.
I'm feeling mildly concerned.
About?
That man, Dorian. Do you think you know how what I am trying to say, Valerian, I'm having trouble sleeping, is that I am perhaps mildly concerned for your well-being, and as your mentor, I feel it is some kind of obligation to let you know that it is not the worst thing in the world to have had feelings for someone who has committed certain actions. Needs must.
Yes, you're right.
I loved my husband, and I loved the way he cut down soldiers with a blade as gleaming and sharp as any I have ever known.
He did what he had to do.
It was war that took him from me, but it was violence that was a love we shared.
Thank you.
If that makes you feel better, you are very welcome. I am not meant to accompany you deeper into the wastes, but I know we are even now sailing into territory that many of this party would consider strange or dangerous, especially some of the more naive ones of the group. So, since I am with you for the time being, I was wondering. I know you may not always have been interested in the idea, but I have a feeling that a lotus would have more favorable words or even actions to offer to you at the completion of this mission. Maybe even some kind of advancement.
You mean being moved up?
Yes.
Well, that wasn't something that had even necessarily crossed my mind as something that was possible, but
I've seen you lead foolhardy nobles and new initiates alike, and you have done a decent job, Valerian. I think with this group, some of their unique challenges have shown a potential that even me, knowing you, have not seen before.
thank you.
Maybe some kind of ranger cohort for deeper Frostland exploration could be something you would take to.
I'll think about that.
All right, I will put in a good word.
There's so much going on.
There is always.
Right.
We do our job and we do it well.
Yes. This group they're definitely more diverse than the other groups that I've led.
In opinion, and tactics, certainly very. Well, I do not think I'm going to get much sleep tonight. I might go do some stretches or practice some forms.
Do you want to smoke?
Yes, please.
Okay. He's gonna roll out of bed, and the two of them go up to the deck, and he's gonna roll up some cigarettes, and they're gonna smoke.
Nice. As you begin your smoke, we return finally to the captain's cabin.
Ooh. Oh, this is with Barden, isn't it?
This is with Barden. Barden, well, is
Novel.
it? Novel.
Oh, right.
Novel. I can't do that accent, but it's so good. Novel. You are staring at someone who is simultaneously as familiar and unfamiliar as you have ever known. Elements of your own appearance reflected in theirs. That translucent skin, the blood visible pumping through veins. No horns. Soft hair, dark eyes. And unlike you, although there are traces of some kind of patterning at the jaw, this creature is less alien, more natural, human in some ways. Almost like a different step was taken in evolution or birth or family. As Throck shakes your hand, my family, when I was growing, used to call me Barb.
Like something sharp or
Yes. They grin and you see sharp teeth.
Novel grins or to the best of their ability, and two halves of their jaw open up like a flower, and just go, yes, I see, yes, like this. Not like that.
I have never seen anyone do that before.
Are they frightened?
You can give me an insight check.
Yes, please. Inside, baby. That is a 15.
I would say the term is more titillated than frightened.
Just had to make it horny, didn't you, Alex?
I say titillated, and I want to clarify that that is not in a horny way. It is more
Intrigued.
Intrigue, yes, an intrigue, an excitement.
Mm-hmm.
I
But you
wonder.
said titillated and
I
not
did say
intrigued.
titillated, but I like the word titillated.
Horny boy.
I wonder if I can. You see, they kind of shift their jaw a little bit, and it kind of moves, like pops forward a little, and their mouth opens a little wider. I didn't know I could do that.
I've always been able to do that. It's strange that you. Can I come see?
If you want to put your claws anywhere near my mouth.
No, I just want to see if you have the break here.
They tilt their chin up.
Can I feel an indent?
No.
I am sorry. You are not built like me.
No, well, you are very.
No one else looks like me.
You mean like us?
Like us. Yes.
I haven't seen. None of my family had horns. No.
You were born to other changelings? You grew up
Yes.
with them?
One of my family.
Oh. I have one parent too.
Yes.
He's not us. But I love him very much, all the same.
Does he know?
Oh, yes. He had a lot of trouble when I was growing up because there are not many books that don't include cutting changelings open,
Yes.
you know?
Especially in this region, I would assume.
Yes.
Less looked upon with suspicion in some cases on the coast. I don't know if you've traveled.
I have traveled a little bit on a few boats, but not looking like this or like Barden. But
Pardon, where did you get that one from?
oh, my father, he collects many books, and when I was very little and he was teaching me how to read, he showed me this big storybook that he loved, and I was flipping through the pages and I saw Feverfew, you know, the hero. That was when I was very small though, and I couldn't hold on to a form that wasn't me, so I couldn't go outside for many years. But I saw her, and something clicked, and I took it.
Interesting. I have done some work at mimicry through illustration and portraiture, but my touch is not so adept.
You can't just take it?
No, it takes, well, I haven't developed a new mask in a while. It takes me a long time.
I love your main one. This is very lovely.
Thank you.
Did you make it or borrow?
What do you mean?
I was always taught not to take stories that weren't finished with, you know? To take someone's space and they are still using it? I don't think it's fair. No, but that's just me. That's how I was, you know, I don't know how everyone else does it because I don't know. I don't know so much. But, I mean, did you copy the face from another? That's what I mean.
Brock came from a captain.
Huh.
I killed them and took their boat.
Oh. Well, that is one way to get a boat.
And the face. They've changed over time very gradually. That's why it takes me a while. Shifting the hue or the hair, falling into the expressions. So they are mine, and I am them. Now, when you say make,
A new story, not based on a person. Yes?
my kin when I was growing up, did you ever have the figures?
Figures? What do you mean?
Druck,
Please explain.
Barb sits back a little bit, these long limbs folding up, and then reaches under the desk. You hear a clicking noise, and they pull out a drawer, and they take out these tiny little carved, very old wood figurines. And you can see a baker, a farmer, a knight, some kind of maiden or princess. You see about 10 or 15 different carved wood figures, and they sit back in their chair, and then almost like they're flipping through a book very rapidly, you see baker, farmer, soldier, princess, just cycling through, and they look wood carved, like their face sort of goes kind of hard and the features are dulled and there's a chip in the nose. They do it very rapidly, almost like scales flipping over on their face to show these different illustrations, and then back to their form. It is a practice exercise. But those are the only ones I can do fast. I've been doing them for 40 or 50 years.
I didn't know I could live that long.
Yes.
But-
I don't make new masks.
I have my stories, and they are like yours almost. I have the loved, the knight. I have the companion. He's one of my favorites. He is so fun. I also have the sage and the child, but I don't show that one too much. Feels strange. But I understand what you mean. So everyone gets these? This is what we are meant to be taught?
I assume it is a family tradition. I don't know if it's used everywhere.
Can I look at it and see if I gain anything from it, or if there's any connection?
Sure. I think that I would love for you to make a wisdom check. Just wisdom.
Okay. That's a nat 1, so it's a 4. Boo! Oh wait, I have inspiration.
You do have inspiration.
Kind of tempting. I think I'm gonna do it. I've got 2 inspiration. I can.
A nat 1 versus a higher roll would have a very different response.
That was a 4, so that's a 7.
Even
Bullshit.
a 7 versus a natural 1. Novel, there is nothing familiar about these figures to you. You learned your stories in many ways through intrigue and interest. And although you can imagine you could probably duplicate the face of one of these figures pretty easily, again, it would be a poor approximation. There isn't a lot of detail, not the things that give your stories character, that make them feel like they're worth wearing around for a while. Mm-hmm. And reaching back, thinking, you don't really feel a connection to these tiny carved things. They're more like toys to you. You can tell that maybe Throck feels that connection, and that's why they're able to pass between so easily, but this isn't something you feel like would help you.
Puts it back down. I've never seen these, but thank you.
It is very interesting to meet you, Novel. You are traveling as part of this expedition.
Yes. There are so few places that I can be anything. I lived most of my life, Novel, behind the curtains of my father's house. To at least live through Barton and be someone that is worth being. It's all I can have.
They actually sort of like reach out onto the desk and put their hand down with a little bit of force that you weren't expecting. Oh, you are going to have to be very careful.
I'm sorry?
The one that you wear the most, the mask or the story, it can get stuck. It's not you.
I know that.
There are many places where you can wear a face like this and, well, you might be looked at, but you won't be witch hunted.
Where?
Well, I know some dangerous ones.
I don't mind danger.
I'm not just going to tell you because that is a secret that was passed to me by my family, and I certainly don't know who you are.
I
There
understand.
are islands and caverns and towns and countries.
And they look a little bit bashful as they ask. And maybe here? Like gesturing to the room. Is that
Certainly.
okay?
Well, we will take caution.
Of course, it has just been a long time since I've been up to stretch. I've been hunting to try and take some time for myself, but it does not take that long.
How long can you stay as Barden?
You stop?
I get a few days before I need to.
I mean, I feel you maybe you know like you know something inside you that twists and like a need to change.
Yes.
I don't know. Is that something? Oh,
It grows for those few days, and then I also need to. You say stretching.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, technically, I mostly shrink. Most of my farms are bigger, but you know what
I
I
see.
mean.
There are places on the Guild Star that I've designed for that.
If you would share them, I would be grateful.
I will share them cautiously. I
Of
think
course,
there might be a few others on this ship who are also privy to those.
Of course, this is your prerogative. This is your place. I'm just
Novel.
could you say that again?
Novel.
I've only heard 3 people say that name. It is nice. Yes.
When I say you are going to have to be careful, I mean it very sincerely. If you have not stretched a lot, you can get a little stuck in thinking that something you wear is who you are. I have found a place here where the captain is who I am because a few people know. It is like a costume or an outfit. Still shows an element of what I care about. You cannot play dress up all the time. Novel.
I wish I had known that sooner. I wish I had places to be where I could exist, and I did not have these things. All I had was stories to stretch my arms and be something else for a little bit. To be someone that wasn't cradled in my father's arms.
A certain amount of cradling can twist you. Small spaces. We grow to fit the boxes we are inside.
Yes. Thank you.
Their skin shifts back from that translucent hue to the warmer tones. I am going to get some sleep. I wanted to check in with you. You can talk to Asar a little bit. He is sometimes more clumsy with information than I am.
Yes, I can see how that would be.
But they like stories. So
I have
perhaps
plenty
we'll
of
enjoy your
those.
company.
I have plenty of those for him. Perhaps we could meet here again. I would like to know more about your collection.
Certainly, but I need to focus on ship and navigation and preparing for the requirements of your expedition.
Of course, you cannot bow to the whim of you know.
I bow to no one's whim.
I can see that.
You can exit my cabin now.
Just a moment. And they breathe out. They grow in height. They fill out their clothes again, and Barton is there. And just she nods and thank you. Good night. And heads out.
Let's do a little break right there. Use the bathroom. We'll come back.
Yeah.
Boop. Everything is so cute.
Bye.
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Hello and welcome
Son of a
back
fucking
to Strange. Who is
Welcome back
Everybody
to
shut up.
Strange Hungers.
God damn it! Why is it always you? Let me be the DM.
Because I'm powerful.
Because you
Sarah.
keep cutting out. VJ ain't coming back. God damn it!
I'm here,
I don't know what
Aw.
happened. Hold on, I'm putting it back. Just keep talking.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm thinking, oh, it's the movement. Okay, I get you.
Am I
there
the
we go.
DM again?
Yes.
Almost. No.
Wait,
Yes.
oh, wait, no.
There you go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Wait.
Yes. There's a moment where I am. That was beautiful.
Wow. Welcome back to Strange Hungers. Everyone gains the benefits of a short rest. Fuck you.
Kiara's like, warlock bitches.
But the next night you will get a long rest. Vice and Matthias, you are smoking late, very late, when you see Barden emerge from the captain's cabin.
That's interesting.
Do I see him?
You're kind of across the deck from each other, not super close.
Hopes to get by without any questioning.
Yeah, I don't think that Matthias would ask any questions. Just kind of like, and waves, eyebrows raised, and just like when she scuttles away, it just looks at Vice. Huh.
That is interesting.
Unexpected.
Well, and then blows at a long puff of smoke over the water. But you two have a little chat, a little hangout, eventually get a bit of rest, and the sun rises pitifully, struggling to push its way through clouds that have emerged overnight. It is a darker day today. Ozone in the air, the stench of rain. It is the 9th day of the month of Neth. If you have any rolls to make in the morning or anything spells to select, you may do so.
Ha ha ha.
Hell yeah.
Alex, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you have any sort of mechanic by which spells can be selected as need, like later in the day?
I do not actually. Usually, because of part of the element of like balance for those who can prepare spells from a list versus those who always have a certain number of spells, the element of preparing spells in the morning is meant to not allow you to always have the perfect tool. But if that is something that people were interested in, especially if it's related to maybe some kind of feat or homebrew of someone who has premonitions about what might be useful, or who like locks in their spells as they prepare or cast them, I would be very down to explore it.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. We can talk about this afterwards, but I've seen something where like you can take an hour to like prepare a spell, and like so you have to do the whole meditation, you have to do the praying, but it doesn't have to be necessarily at the beginning of the day. I don't know. We can.
I'm very into that. If you're going to take an hour to do it and you want to try that out today for Kiara, I will absolutely allow it.
Ooh, if it comes up, yeah.
All
Rachel,
right,
are you using
excellent.
the same mic?
I think your
It's
audio
farther
shifted.
away from me because I'm eating.
Got it. Okay, cool.
For
mean,
the
I feel
chewing
like-
noises.
Got it,
yeah.
got it.
So because this is where it normally is, but I moved it much
I
further away
see,
so you
I
don't have
see.
to hear me eat.
Amazing. Okay.
Matthias, you're good today. How is Awish doing today?
Not too great, Chief.
Excellent.
I mean, I was already going to have them wake up in a bad mood from that dream, but This makes a lot of sense. I'm going to have them do something when they wake up. I can wait for.
Let's begin with them.
Okay. Awaish wakes up slowly. It was a nice dream. It was very soft and slow. And that is the nature of why it puts them in such a bad mood. But beyond that, they wake up and their skin feels like it's burning and their hands are shaking, and they slowly make their way out of this hidey hole, which seemed like such a great idea when they first got into it, but is so difficult to get out of when you are not that great at moving. And they get themselves out and into a seated position. And the first thing that they do is they take out Darren with heavily shaking hands, and then another book that is, if you'll allow me to say that I have this, I think that I would. It's a book that's kind of similar to like a fantasy farmer's almanac.
Absolutely.
And they start, it's a little more accurate than like a true farmer's almanac kind of thing. And they start flipping through to the current season and the following one, checking the season and the weather. Do they get any pertinent information? Because they're going to cast sending based off of what they read.
Are you looking for elements that are related to astrology?
Fucking damn it. Yes.
Okay, give me a... You can just use your intelligence modifier and your proficiency modifier.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. I will say that they probably, like, due to that dream, they have the Unearthed Arcana Elven. I guess it's not Arcana anymore. It's real. It's earthed, where they can change their proficiency every night. So I think they accidentally, by this dream, even though it's usually through trance, like change their proficiency to being able to do this.
Yes.
Old skills. That's a 19.
A 19. Well then, for the viewers, a little insight into the form of astrology in this world. There are some beliefs that are based around the moons, which is one of the reasons I sometimes talk about the moons in determining the months, meaning that certain days, depending on if moons are waning, waxing, like growing, shrinking, etc., there can be certain kinds of meaning that are associated with them. So, because it is the month of Neth is the month of memorials, the month of remembrance. And today it is the 9th day, Coors Day, which if you give me a moment to find, here we are. Coors Day is the day of creation. It is usually a good day for artistic pursuits and new ideas, especially because it is a full moon of Varun on Coors Day. That is a very pushed good day for creation of new things.
And what they are specifically looking for is that Awaish has always had a strange knack for looking at the seasons and making calculations on what should be done in terms of when harvests should be taken in, when things should be taken to market, etc. They're looking for any kind of hint that they could take that maybe there's something going wrong this season.
In terms of the weather and the clouds, etc. You are pushing into Bone Cold. Not there yet because you obviously set out on the expedition well before winter comes, but you are in a season that is a little bit cooler. So you are currently in the season of Whisper Wet. High heat is usually growth season, and then you harvest during that fall. So as far as you can tell, based on the storm that is arising, the time of the month, things are a little bit colder than they should be. Maybe that's because you're not as used to being in the north.
Lost our Vic.
I'll hold for a second. There we go. Put me in the chair.
All right. Actually, the seasons are great. Everything's fine.
The seasons are
damn
fine.
it.
No, it is a little bit colder than it should be, which could be because you are up in the north, but I think a wish would account for that. So that might mean that harvest has to happen earlier. Fruits might not be able to grow to their full potential.
Great. Owesh casts sending to their Omura, their grandmother, and connects. And they, for their grandmother, they try to keep their voice not as harsh. For the rest of their family, not as much of a concern, but at least for them. And they say, listen carefully. Harvest now. Sell quickly. Keep whatever you make. Do not let them spend frivolously. I will know. Work quickly. And ends it before the 25 words.
The spell releases, and there's a warm hum in their voice as they respond. It is a very nice day. I will tell Ildor and Sigvaldi to harvest soon. Your advice is always appreciated, Eben. Which is Lucky One in Elvish.
Little scowl, but that's fine. And they just look down to Darren and say, let's find a better hiding spot.
Barden, did you have something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I just wanted to. Yeah, Barden definitely, after the captain's chat, went back to the bed and kind of maybe snuck in behind Taz. Just as like a way not to interrupt everyone. But she wakes up. You were saying it's raining really heavily. Like the rain and the water and the waves, and she wakes up with this pain in her sides. Like, and she's like, looks at her hands, like, it's fine. Just tries to go back to sleep.
Interesting. You all awaken, having gained the benefits of your rest. Most of the crew is out on the deck. You see that they're actually putting up some kind of temporary tents on the deck. Oh, yes. Actually putting up some kind of temporary tents on the deck. Datari, most of the crew is on the deck right now. You see Beetle and Frog, the little kobolds, are kind of scurrying around and just like wiping water. There are these open rails on the side so they can kind of like scoop the water off into the ocean. But if we want to just show off our little NPCs for a second, I think they look real nice.
He's so hot. Help me.
Look at those little guys.
They're so
Frog.
cute. Let me get Beetle out from behind Barden.
Beetle. Oh, wait, hang on. Look at that height. Yes. Get on my shoulders.
Oh,
Don't get on my shoulders today, actually. I'll fall over.
Why are they all so cute?
Right?
I love them.
Oh my god.
There we go.
Babies.
Excellent. We got our guys. Asar is up in the crow's nest, looking out. Perception checks have disadvantage today due to the storm. If you're looking anywhere besides on the boat.
Matthias was up early, as usual. He did have tea, but it's just one kind. And he did his exercises and stretches and then went straight into helping the crew.
Excellent.
So he's out there
Will-
in a wet shirt with his hair plastered to his head.
Okay, Sloan, calm down.
Is his bosom heaving?
His bosom is heaving.
All right, how many buttons are unbuttoned?
It's like, I would say it's down to like solar plexus maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, a tasteful
I'm gonna
spread.
excuse myself, sorry.
How caked up does Matthias look today?
He looks so caked up. I mean, just like the moisture in the air, I think is making the fabric like cling a lot. And he has foregone his armor to just be able to do stuff around the ship.
Is this
Kiara
like
could offer to prestidigitate, but they don't.
Good.
Is this like an Anthony Bridgerton situation when he fell in the water, kind of?
Oh my god.
Because that's what I'm
Oh
picturing.
my god. They put that as the title screen for the second season of Bridgerton. And I was watching the whole second season, like, when's it gonna happen? And then it did. And I was like, you know what? It did not disappoint.
It does not. Nothing about Bridgerton season 2 disappoints.
Season 1, take it or leave it, except for the very hot protagonist. Season 2, banger, banger, banger. So good.
The longing.
The longing.
Anyway, sorry.
Matthias, athletics check, please.
Horny bugs,
Yes.
all of us.
And Matthias is... Oh, this is perfect. Matthias is looking... I don't know. A little more lively.
Oh.
There's something about, like, his movement that seems... It's, like, hard to... He's just always been the way he is, so I think that this is only something that is noticeable because y'all have seen it. And this is just different. Difficult to explain, but there's something just a little bit easier about the way he moves. I did get a natural 20, so that's a 28.
A 28. Matthias, the work that you do today is by far incredibly useful to the point where you actually catch a few things that might not have been caught due to the storm, meaning knot some knots a little bit tighter, are able to move some supplies to areas where they might have gotten affected by the rain. There was a crack dripping down below into the main deck, and you notice and you catch it and you help repair it. So I'm actually going to give you another point of inspiration, but I would like you to think of this as using it towards something that suggests you have helped the ship and the crew in some way.
Hell yeah, I'm useful!
Yes. A very useful moment. Anyone else doing any of those daily activities that would assist in the sailing or navigation?
Oh, go ahead, Kiara.
Just their usual, when they see like someone's about to go do something, they'll guide, kind of a thing.
Okay, cool.
I don't know if, considering recent events, Oish would be allowed to set up camp in Druck's quarters at all.
You can certainly ask.
They would ask.
When you knock on the door, it is locked. You don't think that they're inside, though. You don't hear any movement.
It's fine. They're not going to pick Druck's lock. They find a space under the. There's a storm brewing. They're not going to be above deck. They find a space on the main deck and are going to manifest Darren.
Excellent.
They're going to cast Manifest Mind, and Darren can be anywhere within 300 feet of them after they've cast it. So,
Please, this is a new class ability, right?
yeah. And you know what? I don't think Oish does it. So, hey, Alex, what happens?
Yes, thank you. So you find your little hidey hole below deck. One of the crew bedrooms that maybe when you were in before with Neve that has a latch that you can slide closed. No one's in there today.
And I think that they start to go do like a floating disc or something. Yeah.
You had pulled Darren out earlier, and he had noticed that you were having a bit of a more difficult day. So when you go and you begin those motions of casting a spell, You almost hear like a sort of cough in your mind, like he's trying to get your attention.
What?
I am the most talented spellbook, maybe in the entire world.
Are you now?
There is no one like me. I am individual, singular, spectacular.
I am not in the mood for monologues.
I have discovered something.
That perks their ears up a bit.
I think you are going to be very impressed. As you should, because I am very impressive.
All right.
He unfolds and just sort of like flops down a little bit, not very dignified, and then flips himself over with a few little origami spider legs and kind of scuttles himself up onto a wall so that he's facing you. You can see the single eye on the cover blink open, that pupil glowing with the color of your magic. And it's strange because you are not activating them, but a few runes on your arms light up, and you see a few runes along his spine light up. Susurune, markings that denote some kind of possibly transmutation, possibly abjuration, kind of flipping through a few different schools, conjuration. And then the covers of the book start to quiver a little bit. And almost like your vision going double, you see Darren's cover lifts off in this faded, smoky blue, and he separates into two forms. The book falls, lands on the bed, and hovering is Darren. But then another eye opens on the spine, and then on the back cover of the book, more sort of puffing out like bubbles to surround him, pages folding, twisting into wings you've seen before, but not a pair of them. 5, 10, almost like a cacophony of ravens is sprouting forth from this ghostly apparition. And then it stretches, unfolds, opens at a parallel angle, almost like a cross shape of books. And then this thing, whatever it is, this amalgamation of runes and eyes and feathers and long spindly legs, forms itself into the approximation of a floating grin.
Oish, staring, reaches out with a very unsteady hand and tries to touch it, but their fingers pass through. How did... This doesn't make any sense.
I just explained it.
Well, Fantastic. They reach for the book that is Darren and go to try to flip through it, and it's just not in the cards today yet. It's too early, and they kind of curse under their breath, but look up to him and say, actually, can you go to the edge of the room?
Sort of wings over. It moves differently than Darren normally flying, which involves actual flapping, or just hovers and shifts.
And then gestures down to where his book is and says, pick it up from there. You've seen me do something like it.
Okay, all right. It sort of scrunches in on itself a little bit. Everything folds and then puffs out. And again, you feel a tug on your own magic as a mage hand in the same ghostly color of Darren reaches down and picks up the book.
Good. Would you like to help on the ship today, Darren?
I mean, sure, I guess I could help with the ship. I'm sure I could do plenty of other more magnificent things, but
Survival is fairly magnificent.
fine.
Good job, Darren.
Thank you.
And I send Darren as my manifested mind up to help out with the ship. Darren can cast spells if anybody needs them. So literally, I think any spell I can cast, Darren can cast 3. So,
Yes.
So just to be clear, he looks like what people on Tumblr
Looks like
say
a
is like an
biblically accurate
angel.
angel.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Yes. But he's tiny.
he's like
tiny?
this big.
Wait,
Yeah.
he's this big?
Yeah, he's tiny.
He's a
Little guy.
Tinkerbell-sized angel?
Little guy.
Wait, what?
Tiny.
He used to be like this
baby.
big.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
So he shrunk?
Yes.
Tiny spectral object. Uh-huh.
It's kind of sad.
Listen, not everybody is size obsessed, Matthias.
What can I say?
Some people like to be stealthy.
All right.
He is tiny. He has also gained one of Sig's spell slots, so he can cast that spell whenever he wants.
Oh.
Yes. Yeah, the other ones I technically have to cast them kind of thing, but yeah, Darren has a slot all on his own.
Aw, just
Aw, cute baby.
He's a little guy. I think that he probably
Scares people.
Matthias has got it covered on the athletics front. Darren like floats up to the deck and is like, "Wee, look at me!" And Matthias is, bench pressing barrels, etc. So he's
Darren's
got it
up there
covered.
too.
So Matty kind of stole his thunder.
Yes, absolutely.
How dare you? Darren's so proud.
Every little bit counts,
Listen, if Darren comes to Kara where they're doing some of the drills Matthias taught her yesterday.
We're also going to work on those today.
Darren,
She's doing the yesterday one so we can be prepared for the new lessons today. She'll give Darren attention.
Darren floats through your face, Kiara, and just
terrifying.
pops out in front of you. He is
hello?
shedding glowing blue light
Well,
in a 10-foot radius around him.
who are you? What are you?
I am magnificent.
Hi, Magnificent. I'm Kiara.
Hi, Kiara.
Are you bad?
Yes.
Do I need to burn you? I don't want to. You're very pretty.
You could try.
Really? Wait,
Darren floats up. You hard to recognize this as Darren because it's like a little biblically accurate.
Yeah,
book
Kiara has
angel.
no idea.
So floats up into the sky a little bit. A perfect target for a cantrip, perhaps.
Wait,
Ooh.
are you sure? I don't.
I am here to lay a curse upon you and your family and everyone you have ever loved.
Kiara's just gonna. I don't know. Like, we're not gonna go full. We're not gonna be mean about it, but let's just do a little firebolt.
Give me an attack roll.
Okay. I'm not rolling with a +7. Oh, okay. It's still an 18.
An 18, it passes through him and explodes behind in some little firework, and he puffs out again to like a bit bigger and says, "I am immortal."
Should I keep going?
No, it's me, it's Darren.
Oh, okay. You're pretty. I mean, you were pretty as a book also. Yeah, Kiara did not cast Eldritch Blast, which has a +7 instead of a +3.
Yeah, for context, this cannot, it doesn't have form, so it can't be attacked. So, Darren's being a little shit.
Wait, Darren, have you always looked like this? Were you just hiding inside a book?
No, I did this all by myself.
Was it all those secrets you've been collecting?
I assume so.
Wait, so collecting secrets makes you stronger. Okay, good. I've got some. I should collect some more.
I have been told that. I've definitely been told that in the. But as you are doing this little interaction, is anyone doing any additional like perception or looking around in the crow's nest? Want to know that? Give me a perception check with disadvantage, Barton.
Oh, no, I was seeing if Vic wanted to go first.
I think like Taz woke up in the best fucking mood. So happy boy. But like he's I mean he had a great dream that wasn't traumatic for him. Wakes up to being Big Spoon and Little Spoon, and he doesn't get a lot that he likes. And it's just very happy boy. Like it's never like really dour unless it's like a really bad night. But like it's just like you know, like way more than he usually is. And I think like he's not climbing up the thing, like he might fall. But you know,
with all your decks?
Huh?
With all your decks?
He could still fall. Listen, he could still fall to his doom. I don't have a climb speed, unlike some people in the party now. Yeah, no, he's just little odds and ends, tying rope. Like, I'm pretty sure Matthias probably tightened one of the ropes he fucking tied or something. Like, he did a good knot, but it needed a little to it from our strong and fearless leader. Yeah, so just like menial works, or if, God damn it, Alex, I'm so bad with our NPCs' names. No, not Neve.
Describe.
Lovely, tall, or
Katari.
Katari, yes. If they need me, then. But otherwise, he's just.
Okay.
Or if they want me, need, want, whatever.
You can give me a dexterity check.
Dexy baby.
Oh, I'm very dexterous.
Crazy.
Human pretzel right there. Not
and
human. Only
not
pretzel.
Oh my god. 15.
Okay. Noted and excellent. On that note, could someone roll a d10 for me?
Sure. 3.
Okay, a 3.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes.
Y'all, I done goofed. I goofed hard, apparently.
I was also going to say that Barton is just helping around the deck. Doesn't, for some reason, just doesn't feel like climbing the crow's nest is a good idea today, and just kind of helps around where Matthias isn't.
Okay.
Because it's just like, yeah, he's fucking got it. He's fine.
About a few hours in to people putzing around the deck, completing tasks, the boat shifts direction at one point. You actually do see Drock emerge from below, from the main deck, and then come up and just sort of stand by the prow for a little bit, kind of shifting the wheel, occasionally consulting with wine next to them. The storm picks up very aggressively and very rapidly. Asar climbs down from the crow's nest, and you've tightened down the tarps. Everything, is sort of up and waterproofed, but you hear shouted out over the louder sounds of the storm, "It might be a good idea to go below deck," from Datari, as she is just finishing up one last knot.
All right.
Okay.
Matthias probably waits until everybody else is gone and then goes.
Okay. The last thing of note, as the waves begin to rise, the ship going from that sort of smoother sailing to tipping up and down is the color of the clouds. They're dark, blues, purples, but in a flash of lightning, as you all climb down those ladders or slide down, there's a strange green undertone to the lightning.
Green.
I'm sorry, my Texas brain just went, tornadoes, get the fuck out.
Me too. Have I ever seen that before? Do I know about
History check for anyone who would like.
Because
Yes,
of my-
please.
I've
Green
crossed this place
lightning.
before.
I would love to make this history check, but I don't see
Oh my
it.
God.
Oh wait, I see it through Darren.
Darren is on deck and he's manifesting, so you can see.
I got another fucking nat one. That's 2 nat ones in a game.
That's
I rolled a
I got a
14.
17.
21, Alex.
Ooh, smart boy.
I got a natural 20, so that's a 28.
I got a 19 minus
wizards.
2.
Oh my gosh. The 1921, this is likely some kind of magical or wild storm. These
Sick.
are, so wild storms are the main manifestation of the wild on the Perellian Ocean and towards the Perellian coast. They're just called wild storms. There isn't much that necessarily connects them except for the fact that sometimes the nature of the storm will transform things in its path, meaning can actually turn water into acid or to lava, creating these gigantic like basalt rocks where the storm passes over that then sink down to the bottom of the ocean. Ships that sail through them can emerge made instead of wood out of silver or metal or roots tangled together, either sinking or then taking off into the sky for the worst of them. Now, Sig, with that natural 20, you know that the Guildstar itself is enchanted and protected against some elements of wild storms. However, looking through Darren and looking out around this, you are reminded of a particular and singular moment. A story told to you in a dark and dingy bar by someone you weren't sure to believe. You weren't sure if you should believe because the story was so unnatural. But you are reminded of it in this moment simply because looking through Darren at Asar's face, the way that he is grinning reminds you of a ghost story, of a haunted ship brought on by the appearance of green lightning.
Fuck. Sig takes their staff from their back and puts it to the ground and makes their way up to the top deck.
The only one who is
tell
going.
anyone.
I think you're heading into the main deck and they're heading up top, so I think you'd literally
okay.
see them going. Yeah.
Oh.
They told us to get down below. There's a storm.
Where are you going?
I'm not quite that worried. For the first time, Awaish usually has like a blank face. They're in pain today. They're not as good at moderating their expression. You can see that that is a complete lie. They look freaked the fuck out.
Kiara's gonna look at Matthias and be like, should we go? I don't.
Stay below. We
No,
can
if you're
stand by
going,
the
I'm
door
going.
to
We've
wait.
had a conversation about you getting too far from me. I'm
I'm
coming.
not going out there unless I see a reason to. I'll stand by the door.
Maybe a rope around your waist, just to make sure you don't go over.
If it comes to that, then yes.
You don't know this yet, but going over is not that scary for me. Kiara's gonna go up behind Awaish, remembering now that they have a tattoo.
Taz is gonna go up behind Kiara. If going up to the top of the fucking deck in the middle of the fucking.
Oh my god, Awaish is just going to talk to Asar. Oasis sees the two coming behind them and I'd say whips around, turns around to the best of their ability and says, "Get back below deck."
I'll be okay.
You'll be. What kind of an assurance is that?
Asar has protected me. I'm okay.
In what way?
Should we finish what you're doing? I can tell you
No,
later.
I
I have a new tattoo.
stay close to the entrance. And is Asar on the top deck?
He is. Him and Drock are actually standing by the prow at this point.
Okay. Make my way up to them and say,
As you walk away,
yeah.
Kiara's doesn't know what's happening, but they're going to go ahead and cast Bless on you, Taz, and well themselves since they're here.
That's really nice. Thank you. Is this what I think it is?
Was that to
That's
me or
directed
Asar?
to Asar.
Okay, that's what I thought.
You make your way up to standing by the prow, and the two of them turn to look at you. Their faces are grim and set. There's something strange coming.
Something or someone?
Someone.
Fuck. Fine. Okay. All right. And Awaish casts False Life on themselves at 3rd level.
Excellent. So we have blessed Kiara, Oaish, and Taz.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think saying all that stuff, Matthias kind of runs. He's gonna run back to his room and get some of his weapons. Also, probably tries to pull like some bracers on or something, just as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you can
get
put
to
on
like
that
a
chain
half-
shirt.
Yeah. Just to bump that armor class up to like a 15.
Make yourself heavier in a storm where you may go overboard.
He'll
Matthias.
be fine. He's strong, and he grabs he grabs his shit and goes back to the door just in case.
Plus 15
Okay.
is way better than 11, so
Yep.
let's
Yep.
get on.
Vice is currently below deck with most of the rest of the crew. People are closing windows downstairs. Some of the blankets and things that they had gotten to keep the ship warm as you were sailing into colder waters, they're like laying them against and underneath beds, so the dripping stops. At this point, even though you've repaired all the cracks, things just pour through underneath down here. As you are looking out, Asar steps over to a telescope at the front of the boat and leans down to look through it, raises a hand, and Drock nods. And then he does a few hand signals in Thieves' Cant. Who speaks Thieves' Cant here? Taz and Awaish. What he conveys with the Thieves' Cant is basically can't be shot at or cannot be wounded in some way, which is a clumsy interpretation of it because it's a single word that basically means spectral. And could everyone roll initiative for me?
Alex,
Me.
quick question. Could at the note of spectral, I think Taz's like stuff would have just instinctually popped into his hands. Could I have done a bonus action thing?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Y'all see what that looks like
Fuck
later.
me.
I have nothing but toll the dead.
Fuck me. I have disadvantage on initiative today, so I
Damn.
could have had a 20, but instead I have a 5.
That's a me. I got
have
a
a-
9.
23.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, thank
Killing
God.
it, everybody.
I got
Okay.
a 5.
I don't think I have everyone in multiverse. So instead, if y'all could put your initiatives either in the Discord chat or in the Zoom chat,
Yeah.
that would
We
be
put them
helpful
in
for me.
Discord for you.
Yeah.
Thank you, my loves.
And I
That's so
can't
helpful.
get into multiverse today, Alex.
It feels
That
like
is
there's.
still
All good.
Is it
Don't
right
worry
that it's
about
been
it.
forever since we've had a fight? Why does it feel like forever?
It has been a little while, but we had that big, like, we were in initiative for like 4 sessions in the jail, so I think we've had a little bit of a rest from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all had a chonky combat there. Okay, so then our initiative order is going to be Taz and then Matthias.
No, I have a higher. I have a
Oh, sorry.
higher
Taz,
initiative than
Yara.
Matthias
Matthias,
with my big 9.
Awaish, and then Bart. Excellent. I gotta roll for some.
Rip.
some
Oh, I got to
other
roll for
folks.
Darren too.
Yeah, give it to Darren.
Let's get that boy.
I have nothing to roll, but I'm still gonna roll another d20 for whatever reason.
Yes. Uh huh. For whatever reason.
For the thing, yeah.
Just cause. Just
Oh
for
my
fun.
god.
Uh-oh. Well,
This feels
Darren got a
dark and
15.
dangerous.
Good job, Darren. Yay,
good job,
buddy.
Darren.
Good job, Darren. You're
He is
very
magnificent.
talented.
And Darren can do my spells now. That's pretty cool.
Hell
Yes.
yeah.
Magnificent.
Okay, excellent.
Oh right, I'm concentrating. I gotta remember that. Hey, I got a pre-fight bless.
Nice.
Yeah. D4 and attack and saving throws, correct?
Yeah.
Nice. That's very helpful for me.
That's why. I mean, the main reason they did it was based on the emoting, more emoting than usual that Sig
Yeah.
was doing.
They have disadvantage on dex saves.
But the +4.
But the +4.
I don't like those X's in between our names.
Yeah.
Those are the amount of times I'm going to punch you.
Oh.
Oh,
What about Asar? Does Asar get a?
Asar's
an
in
initiative?
there.
Oh,
You just don't know which are the NPCs that are beneficial to you and which are could be something else.
Makes a lot of
Lovely.
sense.
we love that.
It's
Sailing,
fair, and I hate it.
sailing into view between the clouds. At first, it seems like another shape. Something like Darren, maybe a glow. And then pushing forth a wickedly curved and sharp ship. Massive buffeting sails moving against the wind that is blowing across your ship, the opposite direction. Tattered, burning cloth. You see ghostly flickering green flame. As it pushes out of the cloud cover, you can tell that this boat is twice the length of your own. Nearly 120 feet long. The front of it that you had seen is something similar to your icebreaker. A ship piercer prow. Long, thin, and sharp. 3 masts. And the crew on deck, well, you can see through them.
Motherfuckers.
Tazriel, what do you do?
Oh.
Run away.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go, bitches. Yeah, Taz.
Oh, now, just before you go, sorry to interrupt. So, we are getting into naval combat, which means that you guys can either take actions collectively on the boat or individually.
Ooh, okay.
So,
Huh.
the way this works is that if you want to use the stats of the boat at all, you can use. The boat has a certain number of things that it can do. You can shoot some harpoons, etc. I will send you the stats for that. But just let me know if you are going to take an action that will assist in moving the boat, or if you are attacking individually, like at the top of your turn. Pass, please.
I am attacking individually at the top of my turn. How far is the nearest thing that I can hit?
About 30 feet from you. I'll put a little thing out there for you.
Fuck.
This bitch
Yes!
broadsided
Okay.
us?
Yes.
Oh my god.
That's.
Oh no.
Damn, Shan, that's a good point. You know what? Oh well. So as like Taz's psionic blades appear in his hand, and then a moment later, they're usually like the regular size of regular daggers, but they have like elongated at this point, so they're closer to like maybe the size of a longsword actually in both hands at this point. Like these are like hefty weapons, and he'll throw both of them at is it a spectral entity that's within 30 feet of me, or like the ship?
A special entity.
Okay, yeah, throwing 2 psionic daggers at this entity.
Okay.
The first is going to be a 16. Does that hit?
A 16 will hit. What you see as the light of your daggers spins out is a woman. Her hair is sort of falling upward around her head. She's wearing some kind of breastplate that's tattered and falling off, almost smoking, raising a lantern up and pointing towards the prow of your boat.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Ooh, that's not bad. That is going to do 7 points of psychic damage. And then my
Excellent.
bonus action attack. Man, I wish I could do sneak attack. I got a natural 20.
Oh.
Which is excellent, but I want my sneak attack. Okay. All right. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. 16 points of psychic damage with the bonus action. Just
Okay, amazing. So it was 8 and then 16?
yes, so 24.
24 points of psychic damage. Your blades actually sort of cut through the form of this woman. You can tell that they are very effective, maybe more than anything else would be. And then she sort of dissipates away for a moment and then reforms, like almost like she's flickering in and out. Is that your entire turn, Tasbro?
I think he'll probably shout out. If you're foe, this isn't gonna go well for you.
Your voice is whipped away into the ocean. There's no response. After you, Taz, you see that woman. Find my guy. Alas, I wish I had a lady, but I have her. She floats over to you. Ghost.
Ghosts.
Oh my god.
They're
Little ghosts.
They are very cute. Floats over and down, flying in the air towards the prow of the ship with 40 feet of movement. Now this ship is actually 30 feet away from you, so just is going to get to the front prow here. Awaish, is that where you're actually standing? Are you that close?
I am by Draknasar's side, so that's how close I am.
Okay.
Alex, sorry, could I use my 35 feet to get closer to the prow since that's where the ship?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I will move you over there. You are also still blessed. I'm not sure if you remember to add a d4 to your attacks, but I think they both hit, so. Excellent. Then Taz and Awaish standing together. This lady sort of floats down, hovers, and reaches out towards Awaish. That is a natural 1, which is so sad. And then following her, 2 more. These are men dressed like sailors, not wearing any kind of breastplate, but simple leather armor. One of them reaching out towards Tazriel with a 15 to hit.
Alex, I believe that is my armor class, so yes, that hits.
That will hit. Okay. Excellent. 3. Taz, you take 20 points of. Am I right? Sorry. Minus 3, 17. 17 points of necrotic damage. And then that third one, standing sort of at the prow, looking out towards all of you here on the ship. I'm going to need everyone who can see it, who isn't undead, to make a wisdom saving throw. If you have a bless, you can add a d4.
Funny story, guys. I am actually undead.
Hell yeah.
Did Bard and Matthias go above deck yet? We're looking out the door, maybe.
Matthias was watching fully. He's like
Okay,
inside. He's come racing back. I'll say that he can see it.
That was a wisdom, wasn't it?
Yara.
Wisdom, yes, a wisdom saving throw.
I'm two.
Oh my
I'm
fucking
checking
god.
to see if I get.
That's rough. Stop using the digital roller. I got a 25.
Okay.
I got an 18 because I rolled a 4 on the bless.
Nice.
It's
got a
wisdom
7.
save, right?
A wisdom saving throw, yes.
I rolled a 14
A
because I rolled a
14?
4 on the die.
It's enough. Did anyone get a 13 or lower?
Me.
Excellent.
Me.
Boo.
My goddamn
With
barbarian.
Yeah, no, I rolled a 3 and a 4 on the die, and I don't have. I have nothing in wisdom. Not a
I
one.
rolled
Yeah.
a 3, baby.
I rolled a 4 and a 4, but I have a +6 to wisdom saves.
I have a
Okay.
+5 to wisdom saves, and I don't know why.
Just keep getting charmed. It's bullshit.
Oh my god, are we charmed? Please
So-
say
I
yes.
think it's
Or is
fucking
this
charmed.
fear?
It's a wisdom thing.
You are frightened
Oh,
for
Varden.
1 minute.
Oh,
You can take another +3. What did you get?
I got a 6. It's not
Oh,
going
so
to
it
do
only
it
takes
for
it up to
now.
9.
But
Never
thank
mind.
you.
It makes a difference.
Oh,
Okay.
it makes a difference.
Yeah.
Shit.
Remind me what
It
you
does?
got again?
I got a 6.
So you got but you with a +3 to a
Because
9?
of my aura of protection, since Spartan is probably next to me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
she gets a +3.
So a
So that's a
9
9.
is okay?
Yes, and what did Tazrael get?
A 7.
Excellent. Excellent.
Hate it when my DM says excellent.
Yeah.
You feel, or you do not feel this, Tazrael, a familiar feeling once again as years are pulled away from you.
Fucking kidding me?
Ghosts, man.
How much of my? You know what? I'm so glad that he's longer lived than
10 years.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
You get some sexy little like happy
Ooh.
crow's feet and a little bit of silver in your hair. You're not
It's kind of
silver.
sexy though.
Yeah, so you are both frightened, and Tazrael, you age 10 years.
That's getting sexier to anyone else? What's happening?
Wait.
No. Did you watch Vic just do all that? Because that was something.
I am now 36. Oh my god, I'm 36.
You're older than me now.
is the ghost's turn.
So we're both frightened that Taz has aged.
Yes.
Brilliant.
Oh my god.
Great.
I can actually put the frightened condition on you,
Fucking
which is so
goddamn.
cute.
Oh, I want to see
Now
you
you-
spooky. Oh, you're so spooked. You're bouncing.
Terrified.
Excellent. Okay, next in the order is Asar. Asar, from where he stands by the telescope, glances over to you, Awaish, and then jumps off the boat and dives into the water. And you don't see him emerge or whatever he's doing. So next in the order is Darren. Darren, you hear in your mind, I am magnificent. I am spectacular. He moves over because, what is his speed now? 30 feet?
That was something I was looking up and then I got distracted because it's usually 40 feet. Yeah, fly speed is 40 feet.
Excellent. And he can hover now. So he moves over and then just like twisting, turning. He's gonna cast a spell.
Oh my god. Go, baby, go, baby, go.
Yes. Yes. I love him so much. He sort of hovers over towards the ghost that this lady ghost that reached out towards you. And then a single tendril sort of snakes out, both of these spectral creatures just kind of facing off against each other, and is going to use magic missile, but in a very unique way, because he just sort of reaches out and touches, and then 3 of the eyes that are floating around him just explode in the ghost's face.
Cool. Fucking
With-
rad.
That is 9 points of force damage, which this thing is not
job.
resistant to.
Good job, baby.
And just like blows her spectral chest open. Now you just see there's just sort of a head lolling to the side and the legs hovering in mid. That's his turn. Next in the
are
order
magnificent.
is Kiara.
What is the most battened down thing in front of me?
From where you are, you would have been looking around the deck, and you've been working on the deck all day, so I'm not going to have you make a check for it in the middle of combat. I would say that the mast itself is the most secure element. They've also like pulled back the sails a little bit. There are a few crates that are strapped down with a tarp over them to keep them waterproof right there.
Okay, I just am going to quickly measure because I want the closest spot within 60 feet of, I guess, is the spectral ship more than 30 feet across?
It is the side of the ship is about 30 feet away from you, from the prow of it. So from you, Kiara, it is 70 feet.
Okay, I will move forward. I'm gonna come, let's see, right. Let me turn off this ruler. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna come up to here and like cast daylight on one of the crates because, well, the last time they were dealing with spooky undead shit, they seemed real mad about light. But while she's casting, she will say, "It's about to get very bright."
Excellent.
And go ahead and channel the daylight. I think it's a spell she can cast once a day.
Ooh.
Yeah. We haven't seen this since Rock Daddy fight.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
But I think it's a spell, so I cannot do.
That is an action spell, yes.
So yeah, if it's a spell, then I was just trying to see if it was like a class thing or a spell.
Is it related to an Asimar feature?
It's a racial trait. Yeah. Oh no, so I can do daylight once per long rest.
Yeah, you still spend it like a spell.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So then, as I don't think I have any other bonus actions I can take that are not spells. So that's her turn.
Okay, excellent. Amazing. This illuminates, sort of like casting these rays of light through these undead. They don't burn in the same way as the others, but I'm going to take a look at daylight.
I can read it
Amazing.
out for the folks if they want to know what
Please
it is.
do.
Sure. I was just wondering if oh, here we go. A 60-foot radius sphere of light spreads out from a point I choose within range. Bright light for 60 feet and dim light for additional 60 feet. Completely covering the affected object with an opaque object, such as a bowl or a helm, will block the light. If any of the spells overlaps with an area of darkness created by a spell at 3rd level or lower, that spell is dispelled.
Okay, excellent. I think it would be probably you, Kiara. Your passive perception is a 13, definitely a Waish, and I believe Barden as well. Your passive perception is over a 13. With the daylight illuminating, you notice something very intriguing. The very dark clouds surrounding the spectral ship. There's another form inside the ship. A solid form. A smaller physical boat within the massive, grandiose spectral ship.
That's cool.
Like it's manifesting from something.
Interesting.
Kiara, that is your turn.
Well, I guess as a bonus action, Kiara, if Kiara sees this, they will say, does anybody see the boat within the boat?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it for me.
It is Matthias. Your go.
Yeah, Matthias. I think that the farthest that he can get is to the base of the stairs. He can just about sprint across. Oop, nope, that's Darren. Shit. I'm Darren. Hold on, here.
Why are you Darren?
Now I'm the right guy. I wanted to put an animation on him, so I think he can get to the bottom of the stairs, and then he's gonna shout up to the captain, do we run or do we fight?
I think they might outpace us.
All right. Since he can't really do anything from this distance, he is just going to try and take cover. So I guess he's rolling to hide.
You might be able to get, there are like ghosts that are floating over and next to other party members. So you could get up next to one of the ghosts if you want to.
He used his 30 feet of movement to get across the ship to the stairs. So that's as far as
you're
he can
taking
go.
your action to hide?
Yeah.
Okay. Hide action, will you give me a stealth check?
Give. 16.
Okay. Excellent. You take total cover from the ship and the other ghosts. So they cannot see you at this point. That is your turn, Matthias. Drop. In a gesture that is very familiar to Oesh, reaches into a very long sleeve on a magnificent coat and pulls out a very, very small dagger, about like this size. Dips it into a pouch on her side, and you see the dagger begin to glow with a similar light. And then just sort of gently flings it towards the ghost that is still in front of Oesh. That is going to be a 18 to hit, which will hit. And, oh, so sad. That will be 4 points of psionic damage. Throck can mimic the damage types and abilities of anyone who is on their boat.
Wow. That's tight.
Take that shit. Yeah.
That's fucking tight.
Which is all that is needed to take out this lady ghost on the front. And then that little silver dagger just retracts back and lands in their hand once again. That wasn't a lot of damage, but that is Drock's turn. Next in the order is Elish.
Okay. Very clearly, I think that from the information that I am seeing, Awage doesn't necessarily believe in. I mean, like, this is D&D. Ghosts are real, but Awage is one of those people who's like 9 times out of 10, this is some magic bullshit, you know? And so seeing that the ship is a big ship on top of a little ship,
Can Awaish move forward and try to take their action to see where the focus for this large ship becoming spectral is coming from?
I'll allow you to take a perception check as a bonus action if you would like to.
That's fantastic. Perception check. I did not do well. I'm gonna use my inspiration. I rolled a 6 and I want to see this, so yes, that is better. That's a 23.
A 23. Excellent. Looking through the spectral shape, especially illuminated by the daylight, it would be the cover of the storm, and the low light would make it nearly impossible to actually make out any details. The boat that you see within the spectral ship, it has some kind of split mast form, almost like coming up into a pitchfork shape. It is a very, very dark black wood, and it is flying a red flag of some kind with what looks like a skeletal crab on it.
Ah, yes, carcinization. I'm familiar. Okay. And the mast seems to be fairly important.
Yes. Front mast with a pitchfork shape.
Fantastic. And the ship's 30 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna center a runic blast on the mast.
Okay. Is that...
Would the mast like to make a saving throw?
What kind of save is it?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
It's a fucking
fails
mast.
automatically. It automatically fails. You can roll
Nice.
damage.
Mast.
Oh shit, my d6s are over on the thing from when I made a game. Hold. Talk about what
You can roll it using the
things you're up
multiverse
to.
dice roller if you would like to as well.
I'm scared of digital dice. They only work for Restrada. Nobody else. Only Restrada crits on digital dice.
I would like to talk about how much hotter Taz is right now.
Okay.
He's a 36-year-old. Oh, Sarah's back.
It was just
We've noticed, even in a fight. It's still raining, right?
It is still raining.
Oh,
No, Taz is a hot, wet 36-year-old.
okay. And also
Hashtag
anyone within a 20-foot radius of the mast as well, because it's centered
my
on the mast.
guy. That is a non-natural one.
Save?
Yeah.
Motherfucker. Fine. Okay. 4, 7, 10, 13, 17, 19 damage.
Okay. The image of the spectral ship flickers, and not in a dramatic spooky ghost way, but like an illusion struggling to maintain.
I think Awaish takes their staff and there are points on each end. It doesn't have a lot of strength, but drives it into the deck as much as they can to get some stability. It's not going to help them with deck saves, but it'll at least keep them on their feet, kind of thing. And casts this runic blast, and the runes explode out, but then they clench their fist a bit, and the explosion kind of turns more inward as the runes fly towards the mast and throw themselves at it to crack it.
Nice. From what you can tell, again, kind of on a metagame level, but it seems like the damage you've done is about half what it would take to bring part of the mast down.
Okay. And Awaish would yell back to the rest of the group, "If you have the means to attack the mast, I would do so."
Hard for most people to see it with that knowledge, now looking towards the ship, Barden, Kiara, etc., and also probably Asara if he can hear you.
Right.
Have that information.
In the water.
After Awaish, the ship itself begins to move and turn, facing towards you, sort of shifting and sailing. Let me control. There we go.
Jesus Christ. Actually, sort of passing through the front. Of It's
your boat.
funny to watch it go. Do, 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 do.
You wiggle. And oh wait, you moved up so you could see the mast, right? You're right on the prow.
Yes. Yeah, I can move forward.
Then the person that you see is my guy.
Oh, it's the guy, is it?
Yes,
Oh, is that the guy?
Yes, he is short, but he's very sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah, what guy do we see, Alex?
The figure that is standing underneath the mast, sort of shaking off and away the effects of that runic blast, like ducking from the light of it as the ship moves closer, almost in an unnatural sense, as if it is kind of tilting through the water. It's not going up and down the same way the deck of the Guild Star is a very, very pale greenish toned skinned man with a mop of dark curls. Again, very hard to make out in the light, but a long and magnificent maroon coat.
The daylight doesn't help us stare at hot boy?
It helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Silver
Illuminated by the
chains.
sun.
Silver chains connect the front pauldrons of another darker red set of metal armor that is set over the shoulders of the coat of this man. You can see teeth line the buttonholes. And on his face, almost like something has raked a six-clawed hand down his mouth, a set of scars that, Sig, you immediately recognize only from stories.
Sig stares and just says, I'm unsure if he would even be able to hear it, but says, you.
A casual hand comes up and a glowing gold rapier appears above it as he manifests a spiritual weapon and then sends it towards Rock. That is going to be... Where is my spiritual weapon? They're so pretty. There it is. Sends it towards Rock. With it. That is unfortunately not going to hit. But
Unfortunately.
that is Jaw's turn. Next in the order is Barden.
How far am I from like the prow, I guess, of our ship?
From where
So I
you
can't
are,
quite see.
Yeah, I got you. Using my little ruler tool. You are. Do you want to be towards the back of the prow or to the very front of the ship?
To where the ghost ship is, if that helps.
To where the ghost ship is. You are
Sorry, probably wrong side.
exactly 50 feet.
Okay, I can't make that. How? See, I want to do something fun. Yeah, I'm gonna do something fun instead. I think. Did we hear what Oash said about the ship being false?
That was called out.
We heard that, yeah. And did we see a Sar go over?
Yes.
And Kiara called out the ship being false. I said to attack the mast. Yeah.
Cool. So I can see the mast where it is, and Barden just stares at it. Oh, of course, going into rage first, pulling out the blade, and then staring at it and just. And leaps overboard
Yes.
into the water. And do you want to describe, or shall I?
No, please.
she drops because she is heavy. She's got the weight of herself and then the weight of the sword, and she just drops into the water and she's choking on the air, and she is curled up in the blackness of this water, and the pain in her ribs just pierces like silver. And then she can breathe. She, not through her mouth, bubbles just escape, but she can feel like the pain in her ribs pulses as if breathing. And she tries to get back to the surface because she can't see in this dark, I can imagine. And she's just gonna go for the fucking ship.
Yeah.
She is going to swim.
Give me a perception check.
Yep.
Shape of water.
Sexy fish.
How high is guild?
What was it?
Is the
Deception. Yeah.
oh, sorry. I was asking how high is the guild star from the surface of the water, like the deck?
About 20 feet.
Okay. Well then, I don't know if the daylight is a 60-foot sphere, so it might go into the water a little bit. Is that in
little
case that
bit.
helps? Yeah.
Yes.
That is a 16.
You see beneath the other boat, just like very, very faintly, the shape of some kind of massive seal.
A seal as in a sigil?
No, as in the animal, a seal.
How big?
About maybe 15, 16, 17 feet long.
That's a big baby.
It's a big baby.
That's fucking huge.
Yeah. I think, yeah, before she sort of darts away, there's a big fucking seal in the water.
You say that underneath the waves. Because you can't see him until he's underneath. So you just sort of blow bubbles out of your ribs.
And just this moment of like a soundless fuck.
Yeah. That is your action?
Yeah. Yeah. Can I get the 30 feet towards it?
Yes, you can.
'Cause that's my
with
movement.
With your movement?
I mean, we can make that 20 feet with the jump.
Yeah. In order to move, you can dive into the water and then swim. So you're still.
Oh, yeah. As long as I get part way.
Yes. Oh, because you don't have to shift as any kind of action. So yes, with your dash, you can easily make it up to the boat.
And so I'm in rage. I've done my. Is that my action?
So your movement is 30 feet.
Yeah.
Even if you're diving overboard, you still
Yeah.
have to get about 50 feet
Yeah.
up to the boat. So
Yeah.
30 feet movement, bonus action to
Right.
rage, and then action you can dash to get closer if you would like.
Can I?
Otherwise, you're still
Does
20
it take an action for me to have my claws? Because
that is part of your rage.
Cool. Yeah, that is part of the rage, and yeah, she realizes it underwater is gonna be a bit hard. Claws. Yeah,
All right.
the skin just sloughs away and just.
All right, I will put you underneath the boat. That is your turn, Barden. We are back to the top of the order with Tazriel.
Oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Okay, my psionic daggers have shrunk back to their regular size at this point. What am I? Fuck, Alex. Is the ghost that frightened me dead by any chance?
Yes. No, sorry. The one that frightened you is not. The lady ghost was the one that was dispersed. So there are still two masculine, sort of sailor-looking spectral figures on the prow that are right by you.
All right, I think what's gonna have to happen then, because this is just gonna fuck up my ability to do a lot of things, is I'm gonna have to take out the motherfucker that scared me, or pass my save.
Yes.
We'll see what comes first.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn.
And I have disadvantage on these attacks because I am frightened.
Yes, you have disadvantage on the attacks.
Wait, wasn't it the lady that attacked us that frightened us?
No.
Damn it.
She has a withering touch. The other ghost used a horrifying visage. Yes, I believe your rage does break fear. Excellent. Did we lose VJ?
No, he's just very good at staying handsome still.
You can blame it all
Handsome
on
still.
me. It was something.
Actually, Sloan, while we are waiting to get VJ back, do you want to put up the art of the pirate guy?
Pirate guy art. Yes,
Oh.
let the
Yes,
stream
yes.
see the evil hot
I
man.
don't know if I can. Let me go
want-
see if I can get it.
The handsome cosplay.
What
that
if
is
I
doing.
kissed him?
Where'd you do it? Oh, fuck.
I will send it again.
What?
Here we go. Or actually, we could take a 5-minute break before we finish up if we
I
want.
could use a pee.
All right.
Stream.
We'll wait for V to come back. We'll be right back.
We'll be right back.
Be right back. Bye.
Peace. Hello. We are back. Thank you for bearing with us. We are in the midst of our combat, beginning once again with Tazriel.
Yeah,
at the top of the
so
order.
I got a 16 and a 15 with disadvantage.
Okay. To hit which ghost? The
The one that has me frightened.
one that has you frightened.
Because I have to ask, you still did you use bless in there?
Oh, shit, you're right.
Nice.
No, I did not, Pooja. So that goes a 16 and 16 and an 18.
Yeah. If you move up to and sort of between, you will be flanking on that ghost, which means that it'll be just a flat, so 50, 60 doesn't matter, both would have hit. But just, you still can't sneak attack while you are frightened, because anything that imposes disadvantage prevents you from sneak attacking, even if it gets against them.
Yeah, no worries.
You can roll damage.
I rolled my damage while I was gone, because I was like, if I'm gonna hop in, I better be ready.
Yeah.
So that is 13 points of psychic damage.
Nice.
Oh,
All
wait.
right.
Sorry, 14 points of psychic damage.
14 points of psychic damage. And you do have... No, you didn't hit with a sneak attack. All right. That is your action, or are you using a bonus action?
Oh, no. Sorry, Alex. The 18 and whatever, the 16 and 18 were my two attacks at disadvantage. Like, those are the two.
Got it.
Those are the two
were both
highest.
hits.
Yeah, and
Cool.
I
And
gave
that
you.
was all your damage.
Yeah,
Make my life so much easier. Thank you.
yeah, that was all the damage.
That is your turn, Tazriel. You also looking over, now that Oasis pointed it out and being closer to the prow, can see this figure with a casual hand raised up, the pale skin. And Taz, specifically, you know what he is, because you've seen folks like him before, even fought some of them, as in your time as a Bright Light. He is a Shadow Kai.
What is that?
Okay, Alex, just so I, Vic, have a lot of knowledge on what Shatter Kai are. How much of that knowledge is transferable to your world? Like the broad strokes?
The broad strokes.
Okay, sweet. Just a really hard look in his fucking eye as he sees this, and like looks between like the distance from where he is, like on the prow, and the distance between the ship and him. And that's his turn. But I think I get to roll to not be frightened anymore.
You do. You can make another wisdom saving throw.
And add my D4 just for good measure. Yeah, that's a 20, not natural.
Okay, you are no longer frightened. Woo. That is Tazriel, your turn. Next in the order is the ghosties, which means that the one who had frightened you, the one that you have just attacked, you need to make a charisma saving throw for me, Tazriel.
I know what's happening. I know what's about to fucking
You're
happen.
blurst. Don't forget you're blurst.
You
I
are
know.
blessed.
I know. God, part of me wants to fail. Vic wants to fail. I know what's about to happen, and I want it to happen.
Hey.
What?
Hey. Kiara blessed
Give me
you.
that roll.
I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Jesus. But also, I only have a +1 to charisma saves.
They can't see Matthias. Can I also get a charisma saving throw from Oish?
Also blurst.
It's not any kind of like charm, correct?
It is not a charm, no.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah.
That's a 9, Alex. That
Okay.
with bless.
Not doing
Alright.
great either. Okay, with
I
bless.
try so hard every day.
With bless, that's a 15.
A 15 is enough. The two sailor ghosts, they sort of they're floating between you two, the storm and the rain passing through them. One of them just they move very slowly, even though there is a sense of urgency. One of them just sort of moves through Tazriel, and then wisps of smoke emit from his back, but the ghost itself fades away. The same thing happens to you, Awaish. It just sort of passes through you. You feel an intense pressure on your mind that then fades away, and the ghost sort of passes through you and reemerges behind you. Tazriel, you are now possessed. You are incapacitated and you lose control of your body.
Fuck.
The ghost now uses your statistics, but it doesn't gain any access to your knowledge, class features, or proficiencies. However, it cannot be targeted by any attack spell or other effect. Only you can.
Alex, quick question.
Yes.
So, can I run Ghost Me? Let me run Ghost Me, please.
You can run Ghost you if you want to look up the Ghost stat block.
Yeah,
you are
okay.
allowed to do that. I'm fine with that.
Okay, sweet.
That was the ghost turn. There is one more remaining, a ghostly crew member over here. He got lost in the shuffle, who floats, I believe, beneath the water and is going to engage with the seal and with Barden. Just sort of sinks down through the deck of the spectral ship into the water beneath. And Barden, just like through the waves, you see a shifting drowned maiden with her hair floating. That is a 6 to hit.
I don't think that's gonna do it, Alex.
That's the ghost's
So
turn.
sorry.
The seal, you see it sort of turn towards you, this head in the water. It is covered in these very, very translucent scale patterns, almost like some kind of layer of skin over the seal itself. The eyes are a sharp blue color, and just bubbles are blown out of the mouth as it sees you down here, and then throws itself against the bottom of the physical ship. Yes! Oh my God. I rolled 12 on 2d6, which is my favorite thing in the world.
Whoa, shit.
The ship and the spectral ship both sort of shift in the water.
Sexy.
They haven't really been affected before, and you see the careening mass where it was damaged by the runic blast. One of the spokes fall to the side and then down to the deck, and the illusion of the ship dissipates, revealing to all of you this dark wood boat, the red sail with the skeletal crab, and an actual crew standing and waiting, weapons ready. The man, who all of you can now see, is only about 5'6", but you can tell by the way that the crew is surrounding and stepped away from him, looking towards him, waiting for what to do next, that he's obviously in charge. That is Asar's turn. It is Darren's go. He used his one little spell, so if you want him to do anything.
I would like him to push his way to the other side of this now revealed ship and await. That way we have a little bit of a surrounding situation, should we choose to do anything with that.
Excellent. He floats.
Mm-hmm.
That is Darren's go. Next in
Yeah.
order. Yes.
Hang on. Not. Oh, there it is. Okay. Sorry. I was looking at the stream, not the multiverse. That's perfect. Hell yeah.
Kiara, your turn.
Garrett's gonna use their movement to come up onto the deck. Come on. Can I go up? Nope. Whatever. I'm on the deck. But with the ghosty thing disappeared. So is the mast gone? Is it? Do we think it looks like it's
The
we don't need to hit
illusion
it
is
anymore?
dispersed.
Okay. In which case, Kiara's gonna look quickly and fire 2 Eldritch Blasts at the hot guy.
Hell
Okay, give me
yeah.
those attack rolls.
No questions, only violence.
All right.
Wow, you're all speaking my language.
Well, the first one's a natural 1.
Okay.
Do you want to re-roll that? I have an inspiration you can use.
Well, I have an inspiration I can use too, but my second one was a natural 20.
Nice. Okay.
And a 4 on the dice, so 24. So, you know what? Yeah, no, we'll just take the natural 20. It's fine. Save that inspo. 24 to hit, and then it's 2d10 plus 4. Which is great because that is a 9 and a 6, so 15 plus 4, 19 force damage.
9. Damn. The Eldritch Blast with a natural 1, you see it just sail through Darren. He's like, I am. Can't hear it in the storm. And then the second one, you catch this, for lack of a better word, obviously a pirate, just in the chest, and he skids backward a little bit. And the red armor that he's wearing just kind of smokes off. The armor that he's wearing has a separate amount of hit points than him. So you have,
Not this bullshit
it's sort of
again.
like the armor of Agathis,
Yeah.
but you have done more than half of it.
With 19, quite sweet Jesus. Hold on. Let me see if there's any. I don't think now. All my bonus actions are spells, and I am also still concentrating. So we are going to not do anything else.
Okay. Kiara, that is your go. Next in the order is Matthias. You are currently hidden.
All right. Yeah, Matthias is gonna roll out of hiding, and he is also going to hop up the stairs and onto the upper deck. And you said that there's one ghost that is visible right now, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think he looks over and can see the kind of like situation unfolding below, and is going to keep his like a 10-foot distance from this ghost, and is going to left hand reach down to the boot, pull out a dagger. Right hand is going to cross his waist and flip outward, and with a crack he pulls out his whip and is going to circle it around his head and attempt to slash it across this joust.
Give me an attack roll.
Let's fucking go. That's a 19.
That will hit.
Okay, and he is going to put a first level smite on that bad boy.
Okay.
So this is going. Oh Jesus Christ! Sorry. So that's
Your whip
going
is
to
not
be.
magical, correct?
Whip is not magical.
Okay, then give me the non-magical damage
Yeah.
and the smite damage separately.
Yeah. Okay. So this is an obviously undead creature, so I do get to add a d8.
Yes.
So the whip damage is 8 points of. Is that slashing? Slashing. 8 points of slashing, and then here we go. Holy fuck! Oh my god. That's Christ. 21 points of radiant damage.
21 points of radiant
I rolled
damage.
2 8s and a 5.
Okay, with the crack of the whip, it sort of wraps around the ghost and almost sinks into it like some kind of soft jello material. And then the light of your divine smite like traces up the whip, and as you pull it back to like recoil, you just kind of cut this thing in half. You see the halves like slide in slow motion and begin to fade away. It's barely hanging on, but it's still there.
Is it still up?
It's still up.
Okay, second attack. Do it again. Oh my Jesus Christ, my dice! Sorry. I'm too excited. 16 to hit?
That will hit.
Okay. I'll just do, yeah, that's fine. I'll just do 9 points of slashing damage.
9 points of slashing damage halved to 5?
Yeah.
4. Is all that you needed.
Hell yeah. So first big ol' hit, and then seeing that it's still kind of there, just to like kind of like dissipate, he kind of just like cracks his whip in that vicinity, and it just kind of like goes away with an air ripple.
Away. That is all the. Oh no, there's one more ghost. Sorry. Yes,
There's technically one more ghost, but Matthias doesn't know that it's there. So, and then with that, he turns to the deck of the other ship and is going to kind of, I think he was probably here, is going to kind of keep his whip out to the side and just like stand alongside everybody else and try and watch what's gonna happen. Get ready for whatever the fuck is about to happen here. That's his turn.
That is your go. The crew of the On-Grab.
Say that again?
The crew, let me get a little closer to my microphone. The crew of the On-Grab.
Can you spell that?
Which, yes, I will spell that. It is ONDKRABBE.
Oh my god. ONDKR. Oh, there it is. Owned crab.
Put it in Twitch chat.
Owned crab. The crew of the owned crab, looking towards your boat, move in a practice motion. Harpoons sail towards and latch onto your ship, and you see a massive plank is pushed up and over and then falls to land squarely in front of Oesh as they prepare for boarding. Oesh, it is your turn.
Okay. We know who they are. I guess it's time to
No
take
Drock there?
advantage. Oh yeah, what about Drock?
I forgot about that. Oesh, you go first. Brock goes after.
Okay. All right. I guess it is time to take advantage of the fucking words that have been in people's mouths for these 40 years and try to let them know who I am. Oesh keeps eye contact with this motherfucking Jaw character. And as they do, they hold out a hand as the other still grips their staff, and the hair on their head begins to rise and crackle as if a storm of their own is forming. And they replace the damage of magic missile with lightning damage as little bursts of lightning crackle and boom around them in thunder, and then they harness them, holding them in their hands, and send 2 down towards the plank, and then 1 to a crew member to the left of this captain, and 1 to a crew member to the right of this captain.
Amazing. We will get it shortly on that.
You're very quiet, Alex.
Roll damage for me on those.
I will roll damage. Thank you. I have to find my D4s.
Hot. What's sexier than lightning flavoring? Nothing!
Nothing.
I would argue psychic, but you know, that's just me.
Alright, well.
Sloan
argue
has a
fire.
bias because they also play a lightning druid.
I
so.
have a storm druid.
Okay.
My sexy little guy.
For the plank itself, that is 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Okay.
Wood. And then to the guy on the left, that is 4 points of damage. To the guy on the right, that is 5 points of damage.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
These are fairly hardy pirates, but their hair
More for
crackles
effect,
with electricity. One of them drops the rope they're holding onto, and it falls down to the side between the 2 boats. The plank itself, this is a hardy piece of planking. You have done half its hit points and damage. So the front of it just sort of breaks and shatters away. And you see them have to like pull it back a little bit and then push it forward. So it's about like 15 feet long. You've just like crack through the front of it and they have to like push it forward so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Please give me an intimidation check. You are allowed, if you want to instead make an arcana check.
Can any of us help because we just look really sexy? Can we just like help because we look really hot and sexy and cool? And we're standing on the ship in the pouring rain with a whip in our hand.
Darren didn't take an action. He can give you.
Kiara like shot the captain in the chest.
Yeah.
And looked at him after. Come on.
I mean, I'll roll again to see if I get a nat 20, but with a D4? Shit.
Yeah, you're blessed by our
all right.
sexiness.
I'll roll my D4. That's an extra 3. So I'm doing Arcana for this because you can't say Intimidation or Arcana and not expect the wizard to do Arcana. So just by itself with the Arcana, that would be 27. With the D4, it's a 30.
Yes! Okay. Amazing. You know how Matthias got that 28 on athletics and I gave him inspiration related to the ship?
Yeah.
You also gain an inspiration that is related to your relationship with this ship and this captain. So use that as you will. Similar way that an inspiration, as we've talked about, can replace the use of like a channel divinity. If you want to use this inspiration to gain back a first level spell slot, I will allow it.
Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Amazing. But it's inspiration also in regards to this captain. So, like, I would have inspiration in interacting with this captain, possibly.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The last of the lightning, like, crackles in their eyes and then fades, but their hair is still a bit.
You hear that one of the crew members you hit just almost instinctively say, Phantasma.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's a fun nickname.
That is
That's hot.
the Rock. Just an exasperated sigh. And then steps up on the prow next to you, Awaish, and puts one booted foot on that plank, pulling out that small silver dagger again. I didn't think the Shuma came up this far north. And you hear the man standing across as he also steps up onto the plank to face off against Throk. We have been... Sorry, wrong accent. We have been expanding our territory. And that is where we are going to end the session.
Wow. Wow.
Yay! Yay!
Oh,
Your territory on the
my
way.
Jesus.
I don't know if he's
Jesus
gonna show
Christ.
the art for him. I think I sent it to you, but if not, you can check Twitter because I will put it up on there.
Oh,
Twitter.
yeah, this guy.
Yes. He's so handsome.
Unfortunately, he's very handsome.
He's very handsome.
Az is going to kill him.
We're gonna have to wipe that handsome look off his face.
Oh
different-
my goodness.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I do think we have an episode next week. Am I right about that? Or is it Gen Con time?
Oh shit! What's the
No,
date?
it's the weekend after.
Yeah. We still have time.
Okay, then we will see you guys next Saturday for the continuation of this combat. If you want to find out more about other shows that Total Party Kiss is doing, you can follow us over on Instagram and Twitter at Total Party Kiss. Go check out our YouTube as well and hit a follow. It really helps us out, where we post our VODs of all ongoing shows. For the time being, Strange Hunters is the only one that is currently active because we are building up to Gen Con and a new long shot announcement coming very soon, which I'm very excited about because I am GMing it. Yeah. It's gonna be really good. That being said, if you want to, we use One More Multiverse for our maps and we use Soundtail for our sound. Thank you so much, Soundtail. I think that's it. Anything else anyone has to add?
You can find our past episodes on YouTube and other stuff like that. And you can follow us on all of our social medias, including YouTube and Twitter, for free. and that helps us out immensely. So thank you for doing that, and we appreciate you. Also, if you have been in the Strange Chatters channel in one more multiverse server, it is being archived for the purpose of OMM kind of like trimming their server down. We're currently looking for a new home for it, but keep your eyes open, especially on the Twitter, because it will be announced on there hopefully within the next couple days. So yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks everybody. Goodbye.
Bye.